all of you very busy gentlemen, for taking the time to be with us this afternoon to share your knowledge and insights with us. I also want to thank our co-sponsors for their support: Biomed Realty, Connect, Cooley, Enterprise Partners Venture Capital, Morrison Forrester, and Shagru Mayon, along with our community partners Biocom and the San Diego Venture Group. It's my pleasure now to welcome to the podium Heather Erickson, the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Life Sciences Foundation and my collaborator for today's event. While the San Diego Technology Archive, as its name suggests, focuses on San Diego, the Life Sciences Foundation, under Heather's leadership, is dedicated to capturing the history, preserving the heritage, and sharing the stories of biotechnology nationwide. I'm very enthusiastic about our collaboration, and I'm very pleased to welcome Heather back to California. Heather.
Thank you, Brian, and I feel like he's stolen my thunder and that you now know who I am and to some degree what it is we do. This is a real honor. It's a thrill to be back in California after about a decade on the East Coast working in the industry, but also to lead such an august organization with such excellent contributors and really for such a compelling mission. As Brian mentioned, Life Sciences Foundation is a not-for-profit national heritage organization, and we're really about not only capturing and preserving, which we can do in an excellent way through partnerships with organizations like the UC San Diego Archive, but in making sure that that story is actively told, and that's part of what we're here for today. We're delighted to be co-hosting this program and also to be extending the relationship that will benefit not only each of our organizations, but the entire San Diego community. The collection and organization of historical information, through that collection, the Life Sciences Foundation seeks to educate and inspire future innovators, to engage the general public in understanding the life sciences story, and to provide lay audiences with a robust understanding of how it's relevant to their daily lives. The history of biotechnology is being captured through oral histories, many of which we have done and will be doing in a greater extent in the future in collaboration with the university here, through the development of our digital archives and extension of the Digital Archive project on campus. We're also sharing these stories via Facebook, a quarterly magazine, which there are copies of outside if you'd like to take one with you today, as well as a robust website that features more than 600 entries on a timeline dating from the 18th century through to today. Today's program is yet another way that we're striving to bring this story out to the broader community. The Life Sciences Foundation recognizes the importance not only of good science, but also the interplay of social, economic, political, and individual developments that make that an entire story. Today's panel will be focusing particularly on the financial aspect of bringing this industry into its own. There's an urgency to this mission, and if you don't know it, I can tell you that there are a lot of great people out there that have been doing this for an entire career, and we need to catch them while they're still available, while they're still interested, and frankly, while their materials are still at hand. You know, records are being largely scattered and destroyed, often through mergers and acquisitions, and that's part of what we're partnering to make sure is preserved. That potential loss is really an institutional commitment that both the Life Sciences Foundation and the UC San Diego Archives are committed to combating. Many of the important lessons that we can learn are learned from that history. We can find inspiration in the struggles of the scientists and entrepreneurs, in the insight into the business decisions that led to both births and deaths of companies, and the perspective on the successes and failures that have come to define one of a truly American industry. Our esteemed panel will share some of their individual and collective lessons, and I encourage you to think of good questions because we're going to give you some time at the end to engage with them as a group. But now it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our moderator for today's program, who's going to introduce the rest of the panelists, Ivor Royston. After co-founding Hybridtech, which is the first biotechnology company in San Diego, Ivor and his associates went on to form and invest in dozens of other biotechs, laying the foundation for one of the country's leading biotech hubs. He is an oncologist, a researcher, scientist, entrepreneur, and venture capitalist, not to mention a member of Life Sciences Foundation's board of directors and a great advisor. Please join me in welcoming Ivor Royston.